Hey, what up fam, it's your boy Peyton. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today we're actually going to be talking about the video that I did last week, which was being long-term focused. If you haven't watched the skit, you can go ahead and do that. If not, that's completely fine. I'm just going to kind of go a little bit more in depth and give you a little bit more practicals so you can apply it into how you invest. I think being long-term focused is extremely important. It kind of forgets about the day-to-day trading, the month-to-month or the quarter-to-quarter, and then invest into companies that will be there for the long haul, and then you have an extremely deep conviction for. That being said, I have a top-down view, so I look at long-term trends and try to figure out who's going to win within those trends. Obviously, in electronic vehicles, it's easy to pick Tesla, but that's just one example of a long-term trend. What are some other ones? For me, and I think a lot of people don't talk about this enough, is that baby boomers will eventually pass away. I know it's really sad to say, but as an investor, you also have to understand truth and face facts. Baby boomers will be passing down wealth to their generations of their kids. Who are their kids? Late Gen Xers and majority of the millennials. Millennials only earn 5% of the income in the United States. That being said, millennials will now be getting paid higher paying jobs because baby boomers will be out of the market, as well as inheriting the money from their parents. This is a huge, huge deal. So that means within the 5% that the millennials currently own now, they possibly could go 10 to 20 to 30% of the United States wealth within 10, 20, 30 years, which is a kind of crazy thing to think about. You have to understand what millennials are going to be spending their money on once they receive that money, that being in the high-paying jobs or from inheritance. Food for thought. Number two, and I kind of mentioned this before, was electronic vehicles. Just because you missed the wave on Tesla does not mean that you would miss the wave on the infrastructure that needs to make Tesla succeed. What do I mean by that? Tesla's not the only electronic vehicles in the market. There are a lot of other car companies that are trying to switch to electric, which means that all those gas stations on our every single corner need to start turning into charging stations. Try to figure out who's going to win that charging station battle, who has that good battery technology to be able to compete with Tesla. Also, future autonomous vehicles are going to be happening. Who has the best type of graphics cards or type of things that will supply those autonomous vehicles to be successful? And lastly, and this is something that's kind of crazy, is Starlink. And Starlink is, if you don't know, satellites that Elon Musk is putting into orbit around the world, and it's about to give internet to the whole world. This is huge, and I think this is kind of crazy, and I have other thoughts on global security and everything like that. Not gonna go there because I still wear a uniform, but at the same time, I do think that you have to be really cognizant of what internet around the world is going to give. Which companies are going to really succeed with everyone having internet and low latency? Just food for thought. For me, video games also, people in Africa will start playing Farmville and stuff like that. I know I'm thinking very low, and there's a lot of good implications of it happening, but that's just me. As always though, that's all I have. As always, I love you guys. Peace.